So this is what we would call bolt cutters. And they're like a big pair of side cutters, I suppose. So the leverage of these work through this mechanism here to give you extra force to cut chains, pieces of steel like round steel, or even padlocks. Now, I bought these from a cheaper tool place, and I thought originally they were no good. And then one day I was a bit quiet, so I adjusted them, and now they work like a treat. So they are quite good, even though they're a cheap pair. So basically what you do is, say you have a chain you want to cut or take apart, you just put the bolt cutters in there and you just squeeze them together, and that basically breaks that chain. Now, with any sort of tool that works off leverage, if you can get or whatever you're trying to cut closer to the point of where the leverage force begins, which is right at the bottom here, the better chance you've got of cutting something. Sometimes if you cut right at the tip or the outer tip, you don't have as much leverage as you do in the beginning of the jaw. So just remember that, whether you're using side cutters or tin snips, at the beginning where it all starts, the force is directed, is stronger. So if we just want to go to this side and we go to the other side and we just squeeze them together, it breaks off. Now that is a brilliant example of why you should always wear protective glasses, because that piece of metal went out of there at a fair speed, and technically I should have had eyewear on. It's a reminder for me and for you guys watching, always wear safety goggles when you're doing this sort of stuff. But that's basically bolt cutters. That's how they basically work. And they cut through quite happily. Now they will cut padlocks and round steel quite happily. Look, it's another tool that you don't use very often, but every now and then you need it. And if you've got a pair, they come in really handy. But saying that, I wouldn't go buy a pair unless you have the opportunity to use them, because you don't really use them that often. But that's how they work anyway.